So you've been teaching, I guess, hair transplant surgery at UCLA for quite some time. It's part of your practice. How have things changed over the last 25 years?
Well, let's look at hair. We've been doing that for years and years, since 1978, and it's changed markedly. It's no longer your father's hair transplant. Basically, what we're doing is taking follicular units, which are the way the hairs come out of the shafts of the hairs come out of the skin. And basically, they can come out in 1, 2, or 3 hairs, and that's the way everything looks natural. And that's what we want to do, is do a natural job and really thicken up the hair. And you can even take somebody bald and reposition the hairline and work it. And one of the things we've looked at is how the hairline should look. What we've done that's unique, because we do other types of surgery, is categorize where the structures should be. For instance, if you feel up here, you'll feel a little dip in there, and that's where one of the sutures meet, and that's where the apex, or this part of the hair, should be. If you trace down here, you'll see some soft area, and that's where this temporal point should be. So we've looked at the anatomy and tried to restructure a very natural look. We're also very good and get a high percentage of take rate, because our team has been together for years.
Take rate meaning that sometimes, I guess what people don't know, what I've learned from you, is many of the hairs don't take. That means you may transplant them, but they fall out or die.
Well, yeah, they'll come out initially, but our take rate is well above 90%,
Okay.
into the 95%. Somebody just starting out in hair or working quickly at it, maybe that would drop to 70%. And the other thing is the size of the punch that you take the grafts out with. Ours are teeny needle size, so they don't leave little stippling. Some of the larger grafts that you take out can leave stippling, and we don't want that. So what we do is a natural look with hair. The other thing that's important about hair is that we can revise facelift problems with it. For instance, if you have scarring down here, we can put a sideburn in. Sometimes from other places the hairline's lifted too high. We can reconstruct that. Say a woman's had a facelift and the sideburn's been picked up to here, we can reconstruct that sideburn. Or if she's had scars that are bad, we can bring a sideburn down, and we can also build up the hair back here to cover a scar.
What are your thoughts on things like PRP for hair transplant, or stem cells for hair transplant, things like that? Are they gimmicky? Do they work? Give us the inside scoop here.
Okay. Well, stem cells and exosomes are sort of blackballed by the FDA right now, so we don't do them. And there were some serious problems with those. Platelet-rich plasma is another thing, and basically what that does is have a lot of growth factors, and if you inject that, that can cause hair that has become what's called vellus. It's more of a sapling than a tree. It can cause that sapling to become more tree-like and make the hair look thicker.
Okay. So you use this as a combination with a hair transplant?
We use it in combination with a hair transplant, and we use it also in people who are thinning. And if you look, they have these spindly little hairs, but they're not growing out into the full capacity. And they're, as I said, are more saplings than trees. So if we thicken those up, the hair can look thicker.